This video is part of a series of SSIS tutorial videos created by COZYROC. In this video, I will show you how to configure a package that loads the data from a flat file that contains fixed width columns into a SQL Server table. Here's the text file that I'll be using as the source for our package, and all the columns have fixed widths. And then we'll go to Visual Studio, and I'll start by dragging the data flow task onto the canvas, and then we'll go over to the data flow canvas, and I'm going to start by configuring the connection managers. So first I'll do one for the flat file connection. And we'll browse to the file that I just showed you. Select that. And then here for the format, I'll change it to fixed width. And then we'll go to the columns tab. And down here for the row width, I'm going to type in the total of all the columns, as well as two carriage return line feed characters, the row delimiters. And then I'm going to change the font to Courier New because it takes up less space. And then we can see all of the columns. So to configure the where I want each column to end, I just click just before the column header for each one. Just a single click. And then before the row delimiter. And there is another way to do it, so I could have just gone to advanced, and then I'd have to type in the input column width for each of the columns, as well as the output column width. I find the other way easier, and then this last column, I'm going to give it a name of row delimiter. And now we can go preview, and everything shows up the way we would like it to look. So I'll click OK to close the connection manager. And then we'll scroll down and find the flat file source component. Double click to open up the editor, and it's already selected that connection manager. And we'll look at the columns. And I don't want to copy over the row delimiters, so I uncheck the checkbox there. And we'll click OK to close that editor. Stay tuned to see how I complete the configuration of the package and execute it.
Do you need to sort large amounts of data that can't be sorted using the standard sort? How many times has the standard sort component failed you when sorting more than 2 gigabytes of data? With COZYROC's Sort Plus component, you can sort any amount of data and any number of records. It's free for testing and development and provides the same set of capabilities like the standard sort component, and yet it does so much more. It's not limited by the amount of available RAM, also can accept multiple inputs, and all processing is done in parallel using a configurable number of threads. COZYROC's Sort Plus provides optimal utilization of your server's resources, sorting very large amounts of data in a reasonable time. Download the Sort Plus component now. COZYROC SSIS Plus is free for testing and development within Visual Studio.
I'll go down to the OLE DB Destination component, and we'll connect the blue arrow. And then I'll double click on that component to open it, and I need to set up a connection manager for OLE DB now. And that's the correct database. And then I'll change this to use the fast load. And then I'll select the table in that database, which is automobile inventory. I'll click on View Existing Data to make sure that I've emptied out the table before this demo. And then we'll go to Mappings, and none of the columns have been mapped except for the last one, the retail price. So I'll map them manually. And down below you can see why they didn't get mapped. The headers are padded with spaces to make them the correct width for each fixed width column. So I'll click OK, and then I'll save the package. And we'll right-click on it over here under Solution Explorer and select Execute Package. And it was successful, so I'll stop debugging and we'll go take a look in Management Studio at what got loaded into the table. And there you can see everything was loaded successfully. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to follow us on social media, here's how you can do that.